Mortgage Mark, let's talk more about HELOCs. So this is more about the process, like what to expect. So first and foremost, the paperwork, typically it's less than going like through a normal mortgage company like us. As far as getting the normal loan, it's slightly condensed. Still a lot of paperwork, to be honest. But having said that, it's going to be about the same, call it 4-week process, 30 days or less. A lot of banks can do it in 2 to 3 weeks. As far as the cost, look, a lot of times there can be promotions where there's literally zero cost. As far as an appraisal, determines whether or not you're going to need one or not. It varies by bank to bank, and if they offer a feature where you don't have to get an appraisal, what they'll most likely do is use whatever's on your CAD, your Central Appraisal District. So guys, you may want an appraisal if your CAD's really low. You may want an actual appraisal done. So talk to us. Let us help you kind of walk through that process. But the fees themselves, if there are fees, they'll typically range around the $500 to $700 mark, unless you go above like a typical amount of like $250,000. If you get a HELOC above, a big HELOC like that, a bank may require a title policy, which can be a couple grand. So just ask us. We'll walk you through that process. Ask that question if you're talking to a bank, what the fees are, and if you can avoid those fees by doing less. So if you can avoid the appraisal because you decide to back off the amount and not get the full 80%, you decide, hey, I don't need the full amount, maybe they waive that appraisal fee. So ask what the fees are. Just know the true bank fees, typically $500 to $700. If you do have to get an appraisal, call it $500 to $700 in addition to the previous one. And then if you have to pay a title policy, it's based on how much you borrow, and that can be really big. So hopefully that answers your question, guys. Let us know if we need anything from us. We are certainly here to help.